Hey guys, what's going on? It's your classmate Blaine here. So I've tried this actually about 3 times, and the discussion, the recording software or whatever it is for the discussion post absolutely does not work. Don't try it. So I'm gonna have to record this off my iPhone. But hey guys. My name is Blaine. So my artifact is actually the film Philadelphia. Was made in 1993, directed by Jonathan Demme, starring big name actors at the time, Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. So the reason why I chose this film is that Philadelphia is a film, pretty much a period piece, and an educational kind of narrative research tool, as what Sanja Foss describes in the text, and has ended up being a film influential in teaching future generations about discrimination against the LGBTQ community, against people suffering from HIV and AIDS, and really bringing to light something that had never been done before, especially not in the mainstream sense that Philadelphia did. Ended up winning several awards, and is one of the most influential court case dramas there is. No law school student will get away with never seeing this film, at least in some kind of class. It's that classic, and that strong of a story and rhetoric and narrative that is so strong in telling the story of Andrew Beckett, which is who Tom Hanks is playing, and what he went through in getting fired from his position at his firm because of him being a homosexual man who has HIV, and then teaming up with Denzel Washington to make sure that justice is served. So, a big reason why I chose this film and why I wanted to focus on narrative criticism in this film, just because, first of all, the narrative of this artifact and what it teaches has had lasting effects, I think, on basically leading up to where we are today, where mainstream media, everything like that, can talk about the LGBTQ community, discrimination that is faced in it. And we talk about things like HIV and AIDS, because, yeah, it's still around. It's not to the proportions of epidemic wise as what it was in the 80s and 90s, especially when it was not understood, and that people were just getting discriminated against because of it. So I really wanted to focus on the narrative criticism, showing the story that Demme is telling, showing why it is important. Like I said before, Sanja Foss says that a lot of narratives are great research tools, and this film itself was a great research tool in the fact that it is a film that still holds up today, and like I said, had sparked off pretty much the first mainstream talks of LGBTQ discrimination during the era of HIV and AIDS. So pretty much going over the narrative criticism, look at the different points, such as how this film has held up over the years, after talking a bit about, what it's about and why it teaches us right from wrong when it comes to things like this, and then looking at what mainstream media, today tells us about everything, involving workplace discrimination, and in terms of medical or sexuality discrimination. So that's pretty much where I focus it around, and just pretty much main argument showing that this film was the catalyst to get these talks about discrimination and everything like that started rolling, because this was a huge film, high budget, won many awards. It did have its critics, and people said it did have its flaws, but in my paper, and in going over the narrative criticism, I argue that it really ends up being influential in teaching people what was going on at the time and how we can change into the future, and that it already has changed, into the future. That of course, discrimination and everything is going to happen, but you can see from 1993 to today how much not only the legal environment in terms of discrimination, but the social environment of the LGBTQ community, and everything like that of where we are today, and how this film may have, like I said, been the catalyst to start a lot of these discussions. So thanks, guys, and hope you have a good day.